What's up, y'all, and welcome back to CountryCast. So today we got a couple of news stories for you, a couple of hot topics, and what better way to go into tonight's CMA Awards show that's set to kick off at 8 p.m. than talking about one of the hottest topics of discussion recently, the Entertainer of the Year award category. That's right, you guys might remember back in 2019, Garth Brooks won that award. Well, many fans on Carrie Underwood and Eric Church's side were not very pleased with it, but it didn't stop there. Other country artists like Miranda Lambert have spoke out about how they were disgusted that Garth Brooks won. But now we're going to talk about another artist who sees it in a whole different light. They have a whole different idea on Garth Brooks no longer being involved in the Entertainer of the Year award category as a nominee. We're also going to get to a topic surrounding Jason Aldean and his wife, because they have been not afraid to stir up some conversation and some controversy with their recent post to social media and their support for their president. Y'all know what to do. Stick around, because when we get back, we are going to dive deep into all of what's going on right now in 2020 with country music. Trust me, y'all, it's good. And just real quick, like always, before we get started with today's news stories, don't forget to head on over to our social accounts, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, to give us a like and a follow. Our Facebook is CountryCast, our Instagram is CountryCast News, and our Twitter is @CountryCast News. For the folks who are new here, or for the ones that have been by the YouTube show before, please hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on those notifications as well. Don't forget to hit that like button too, so YouTube knows that you love us right here at home at CountryCast, and we can keep bringing you breaking updates on your favorite country artist and all the news coming right out of Music City. All right, so our first topic of discussion today, another hot topic, like I said earlier, surrounds country star Jason Aldean and his wife, Brittany Aldean. The couple have not been afraid to turn to social media to share their political views. We know that we have recently seen the presidential election for the United States, Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. There has been quite the divide in how this election has played out. There are many who says it's good to go. There are many on the other side who says, well, it doesn't seem like this election was very fair. Well, Jason Aldean and Brittany Aldean have been on Donald Trump's side, and they are open as Donald Trump supporters. And they have been on quite the tear, sharing that to their social media. And Jason Aldean has now even told his fans that he will be running for president in 2024. Now, mind you, it's probably a joke. I would highly assume that it is. But wait a minute, Kanye West was on the ballot, so who knows? Jason Aldean might go for that. But what has all happened for Jason Aldean to get to this point of sharing all of what he's sharing all of what Brittany Aldean is sharing, and now even joking with fans that he might be running for president in 2024? Well, thanks to our friends over at Whiskey Riff for capturing these Instagram stories from Brittany Aldean and Jason Aldean. This is what we have seen from Brittany. Like I said, she and Jason have been very open on their political views. Brittany Aldean wrote, "I will continue to speak for the people that message me and aren't able for fear of losing business or friends. It is disgusting to me that freedom of speech applies to everyone but Republicans." With a heart here that says, "You are not alone." Follow that up with another picture that she took of herself in a Trump t-shirt where she put "Still my president," and then followed up lastly by a meme of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. You see Joe Biden in the wheelchair here. There's a thought bubble above him that says, "We did it, Kamala. We won the White House." Then Kamala pushes Joe out of the wheelchair off the cliff, and it says, "This is elderly abuse. Laughing my effing ass off. Wait for it." So those were some snapshots that were taken from Brittany Aldean's Instagram. Now, jumping over to Jason Aldean's Instagram, you see this picture here of Trump and Joe. Looks like they are urinating, and there's a little bit of an edge to Joe's here, and of course the confused face that Jason attaches to this picture. So again, they have been very open and have not been afraid to turn to social media to share their views, even though there are several other country artists who are sharing quite the opposite view. Now, we all know that there has been some discussion about the fact that there has been large celebrations in the streets after Joe Biden has been declared president-elect, and several folks have taken to the streets. They have been close in proximity, and it's raised a lot of eyebrows. And country artists are now coming out wondering, let's get back to shows. If that's okay, let's get back to shows. Morgan Wallen has been one. Chase Rice has been another, as well as Brian Kelly from Florida Georgia Line. But Jason Aldean, he was no stranger to it and did the exact same thing. Several days ago, he shared an Instagram video. Here is a snapshot of it here with a large crowd that Jason usually plays in front of, because let's face it, he is a major star in country music. Along with this video, he writes, "Man, I'm missing these Friday nights. Can't wait to get back on the road and play for you guys." Again, thanks to Whiskey Riff, able to capture some comments in that thread, because there was a ton of comments, but they got the one where Jason Aldean responded and spoke about presidency. One fan commented and wrote, "Damn, it's amazing that Jason Aldean has more of a crowd than Joe, but Joe somehow got the White House." Jason Aldean responded to this and said, "I'm running for office in 24. Now, that's probably a joke on Jason's end. I'm going to say it's most likely a joke. But all of this is becoming a really serious topic of discussion, because these country stars are now starting to put it out there on their platform that, hey, look, this is what we are seeing. Can we get back to shows? Because this is their livelihood. This is their finances that have been messed with for so long with this coronavirus pandemic. And a lot of them are questioning, well, if it's okay on one side, why is it not okay on the other? Now, one can argue that Donald Trump has held several rallies himself, and that has been going on for some time. But now we are really in a state of affairs where we need to step back and look at the fact, okay, what's really happening with this? Where do we go from here? This is what we have been seeing. Now everything is kind of being okay now that some things have played out. And Jason Aldean and his wife are just a couple of the country stars that have been very outspoken about this. And now Jason Aldean jokes that he's running for president in 24. But remember, Kanye West was on some ballots and he was voted for. He actually got some votes. I would vote for Jason Aldean. Hell, let's do it. You know what I mean? But anyways, we got 4 more years to wait regardless. All right, so let's go ahead and switch gears and get right to the big one, the Entertainer of the Year Award. We know back in 2019, Garth Brooks took that award home. Many thought Carrie Underwood would win, especially when you look at the fact that last year's CMAs was highlighting the female country artist in the genre, and yet she still didn't win, and several fans argued that she deserved it based on her touring. Then on the other side, Eric Church fans were very upset at the fact he did not win because he had a massive tour with his Double Down tour. Well, after it all played out and Garth Brooks took the trophy home, it wasn't long until Garth Brooks now pulled out of the race for Entertainer of the Year. He is no longer a nominee in that category. And many of his fans are very upset at the fact he will no longer be up for the award, but there are several people who are glad that he is out of the running, especially some country artists. One to mention is Miranda Lambert. She recently spoke to the LA Times where she called it bullshit that Garth Brooks won the award last year. And she also explained that she is excited this year for the category with Garth Brooks out. But Miranda Lambert is not the only one with a thought behind the fact that Garth Brooks will no longer be in the running. Country star, hell, at this point, megastar Luke Combs had something to say about this as well. Luke Combs is one of the nominees for tonight's Entertainer of the Year award category, along with Eric Church, Miranda Lambert, Carrie Underwood, and Keith Urban. But here's the deal, Luke Combs has a whole different thought process, because Luke Combs is a competitor. Hell, he's been doing everything he can to get to the top, and he's absolutely been killing it. So, of course, his ideology is probably going to be a little bit different. So, Miranda Lambert's excited Garth Brooks will be out, but Luke Combs is not too happy about it. And here's why. Luke Combs spoke to Elena Smith of Nights with Elena, and according to a Music Mayhem magazine article, he told Elena Smith, "I understand Garth's move for sure. But then I also think to myself, when you're in that conversation for Entertainer of the Year, I have this competitive nature. I don't just want to be the best, I want to beat the best too. So I don't want to sit at home and go, well, maybe it was me, but maybe it was somebody else." Now, like I said earlier, there is a divide with whether or not Garth should be in the running. Some believe he should be out. Some believe he should stay in. But you really got to look at this. That is the biggest award of the night. Hell, it's probably one of the biggest awards in country music. And are you watering down the award by telling somebody who we all know is a superstar, a megastar in this genre, that they can no longer be in it? I mean, are you watering down that category? Well, Luke Combs has that mindset of, don't take away the best from me, because if you take away the best from me, am I going to be questioning my award if I do win? Am I going to go home and wonder, well, if Garth Brooks was in, would I have still won? Or is this just some give me trophy because Garth Brooks is no longer in the running? You know, country music it means something. And it means something to us fans. And that's why we love the music, because let's face it, you can get lost in a country song. It can just take you places where you've never been, or you want to go, or you have been. And at Entertainer of the Year, that is the one person that we try to circle around for that year to say, you know what, that is the person that represents country music this year. That is how big that award is. And I gotta say, if you start removing things and you are, like I said, watering down a process, you know, if that's the person that's doing it, that's the person that's doing it. And Luke Combs, again, is the competitor here, but there are other folks who say they're glad that Garth is out. But this will be an interesting night because we will see who takes that trophy home. Like I said, those nominees are Luke Combs, Eric Church, Keith Urban, Carrie Underwood, and Miranda Lambert. Now, don't get me wrong. Not for 1 second do I believe that the Entertainer of the Year award nominees are not worthy of winning that award. I believe that all of them have a great shot of doing so. Now, some will hate me, but Eric Church fans might love me when I say this, but hell, Eric should have won the award multiple times ago. Why he's even still up for discussion winning his first one is beyond me, but that's something that I guess we'll just have to figure out as time goes on, and maybe things will reveal itself. But for right now, we got new nominees, folks. Tonight at 8 p.m., make sure you tune in to the CMA Awards, because we'll have a new winner. It won't be Garth. Even though Garth probably could have put his name in the hat, he decided not to, and now we have a brand new category, I guess, as if how you can look at it. But this is where we are, folks. Welcome to 2020. Please let me know your thoughts down below on Jason's story as well as Luke's story with Garth Brooks removing himself from the Entertainer of the Year award category. I would love to know what you guys have to say. So that will be it for today's video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Turn on those notifications as well so you never miss out on any breaking updates on your favorite country artist and all the news coming right out of Music City. Y'all stay country.